Her voices.
Damn it.
Okay, go.
Can I do anthrax spam now?
Yes.
Anthrax.
Oh boy.
Great opening lines.
Yep.
All right.
Now we just need to ping Noko, and then we can start for real.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we haven't pinged Noko yet.
Why do I get the pinging?
Because you're not in game.
You can ping Salty. Yo, he needs the help.
It's
I'm
called
here. Don't worry
tradition.
about it.
So the out of character summary for last session is Zerg has hearing problems.
Zerd makes excellent choices.
In character, Zidane makes bad choices after the fact. No, but it's amazing. Like, he can be standing in front of me, I'm watching her lips move right in front of her, and it takes 2 or 3 times sometimes for me to understand what she's saying. It's so weird. I've gone to an audiologist, they've done a battery of tests, and they said there is nothing mechanically wrong with your ears. It must be something mental.
Unrelated to the game.
This is all getting recorded, you know.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Pretty much we learned out that or Shara that we have known does not recognize that, or technically Shara is there as an adventurer, but when we ask her questions, she does not recognize Restamore as prior to her traveling with him, as well as Father Real. She was under. We all believe that Father Real was actually ignoring her, oddly, and that she only knows about the Restamore was pretty much with the upholds with the Leopolds. But other than that, Restamore and Evian's head, excuse me. Pretty much it's like that doesn't make sense. He can't see her, can't hear what she's saying through Evian's eyes, and Evian's like, well, he's right there. So a little awkward conversations trying to ask more information from Shara. None of the information that has been given makes sense to Restamore, which questions if Shara is real or not, even though she's standing right there. So I found that. And yeah, Zidane made some poor decisions and told soon to be father-in-law, and now he's going off to go find mother, and mother is father might die. Yeah. Yay.
Okay. So yes, there was the fun unknown of who, what, why, and Shara. There was also the fact that there's a conference coming up in 2 days' time between these two factions that have seemingly set place. Though you've gotten some information through talking through Captain Richard as well, or Commander Richard now, and talking to the Void and other things, but it seems like the general state of Galaran is a bit of a stalemate, and they don't know what to do. They were kind of actually hoping you would have answers, mostly providing none, and most strategy meeting went out the window between standard getting Gorvin to do a drinking contest and his very, very inconspicuous and subtle way of activating the Dispel Magic. Totally subtle.
Subtle.
And Bite murdered someone, and or Seabreeze murder.
Yeah. Seabreeze did murder someone.
And and yes, you told Father Levia about Madeline, and now he's on a bit of a beelining path back. I think we last left off with pretty much everyone just immediately saying they're going to take action to just run out of run out of the guild. Most people took the stairs. I think, if I remember correctly, someone jumped out a window.
Can I jump out the window too?
I'm pretty sure that Seabreeze basically Andros told Seabreeze to give chase, and I think Seabreeze went out the window for a more speedy exit. The rest
Yeah.
of us were basically getting ready to move. Absinthoss was the first one to follow. And I think Thamor is still downstairs, so we're gonna run past him.
Yeah, Thamor went down to get beer and never came back. So he's still chilling downstairs at a bar, just probably. I don't even know what would be going through his head apart from just drinking.
It sounds like a good time, honestly. You know.
So, I'm not sure how we're gonna play this out, but how are you all giving chase?
May I
As-
follow in pursuit after Seabreeze?
Out the window?
Through the window? Yeah.
I would need you both to roll me acrobatics checks. As you are jumping out a second story window.
Cool.
Not exactly super difficult for adventurers, I guess, of your nature, but I mean, you are still jumping out of a second story window.
Rolling dice. I remember how this works.
Wait.
Whee!
Oh, that's
I would
gonna be
laugh if
really,
this-
really high.
I would just
remember
laugh
what
if
my
Seabreeze just
bonus
nat
is.
one it for no reason.
No, I didn't.
Finesses everything throughout the campaign except for the jump.
Yeah. Acrobatics. That's gonna be 26.
Okay, yeah, you succeed with ease. In fact, it's almost as if you just walked out the front door. So you both are out the window, already landing and kind of hit the ground running. The rest of you are going to be a bit behind, following where they go. I mean, are you all of you that are coming down the stairs? Is it all of you guys? Is anyone doing anything else, or is everyone giving chase?
Marani is actually going to run up to Absinthoss and just say to him, do you have any void craziness in your arsenal to help, like, discern your father's location? We might stand a better chance of tracking him down with you on birdback than we would on foot.
How fast are you flying birdback?
Pretty damn fast.
All right. Absinthoss is going to quickly get his yell father in an attempt to cast locate person.
Okay.
I think it's locate object.
There's both.
Locate creature?
Yeah, locate
There-
creature.
There's locate creature and locate object. Locate creature is the 4th level spell. Locate object is the 2nd.
Yes. I need to roll. How many d6 do I need to roll?
I think you're on 2d6. You had the 1d6
Yeah.
for divination.
Yeah, you did it before.
Yeah, and the one super.
Okay. Yep. Spell succeeds, and in a very oddly similar fashion, a mouth appears on your forehead.
Oh, jeez.
Absinthoss doesn't care. Anything to save his father.
The target you have
So-
acquired is 80 meters to the north.
So Marani is going to run out the door, and then she's going to wild shape into a giant eagle. Then mind link with Absinthoss. Just point the way. I'll get us there as quickly as I can.
I mean, the mouth is very vocal in telling the directions,
Okay.
and it will continue to do so since it will last for...
An hour, if need be.
An hour.
Nice. So so I've got if I'm dashing, I got 180 flight speed as an eagle. So with Absinthoss riding me, haha, just taking off, following directions from the magic mouth.
Okay. And then for the two that jumped out the window, since you have a head start, what direction are you going?
Since I know where House of Labia is, I'm gonna run in that direction.
Okay.
I'm gonna run
Seabreeze?
in the last direction that I saw him face, like, because he was trying to get out the door past Zidane,
Yes.
and I'm just like assuming that he would have gone maximum range in the direction that he was facing, so I'll go that way.
Don't know if that works. Let's see. Check, make sure. See here. Okay, so yeah, you would be running basically mostly the wrong way
Okay.
because he does not need
Right.
to look in the direction forward.
I'm running very
Yeah.
far the wrong way.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
I think I can do 180 in a turn for one turn.
yeah, so you are running in the direction of the gate. If you run that direction.
I mean,
Where he
that's
was
what I
facing.
know. So yeah, I'll run the wrong way, I guess.
I'm saying you do see Evian like turn tail and head straight, like
Oh.
if orientation of this because I mean she came out like right after you, so you like I would say you could start running the wrong direction and then notice Evian running a different direction.
Okay. Well,
If you want to proceed with following her, or if you want to go your own route, you can.
of course. No, I'll stick with the group.
Because Evian starts bolting. If just to kind of give, I guess, make it easier, like if the facing of the tavern in this image is like true to Cardinal and north above, north top end points towards the Noble sector, they would be Evian would have jumped down and be running straight back north to the Nobles border. You would have been running west towards the gate because he was facing a door. But mentioned door does not need him to look.
My token is not under my control.
Okay. Well, it's not gonna matter too much right now since I have. Well, let's go to.
Galaran map.
Yeah. Yoink. Bring you back here for a bit. But.
Yeah, it is.
So you give chase to him. What's your movement speed, Ronnie?
If I'm dashing, it's 160, which I'm going as fast as I can.
Okay. And then, so you guys are all dashing. What about Andros, Thamor, and Sedan?
Seeing everyone run out, Andros is gonna basically just start barking some orders around. He's gonna turn to Shara, be like, "Listen, lass, get Govin sobered up, then get the tavern situated. I don't know what's coming, but we need you guys on high alert."
She just gives you a very quizzical look.
Just trust me and do it. Oi, Richard,
Yes.
I need you to escort the few of us that are left toward the Manor Levia. And we know that's where he's going. We don't want the
Who's
guards or
going?
whatnot. What?
Wait, who's going? You just barged on down here. What is going on?
Father Levia just bolted. And we know he's going home. And we know that if he gets there, there's likely going to be someone dead. We need to get there as fast as possible.
Eyes open in a bit of shock at this. And he kind of regains his composure. All right, with me then. And he stands up, brushes away the chair before he starts heading towards the door to the guild. As he kind of motions for you to follow, you hear two guards clamoring outside as he barks orders to them to follow suit.
Right, and then Andros will turn. Oi, Thamor, Zidane, you're coming with me. Zidane, I don't know if you need your pet, but go get her. She'll be quicker.
He sends a mental command over to Shinari to meet them outside.
Where did we leave Shinari?
I think down with the dwarves.
Yeah, I think so.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. You left her. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. She
The
receives
the last thing Andros will do is he'll run over to the sewer entrance and bark down to Karjit and the dwarves. Oi, you lot! Get up here! The guild needs defending. Grab some weapons. Work with Shara and Kazim behind the desk.
You got a boss. Alright, you heard him, lads. Up and at him. And you hear clamoring as the dwarves start making their way up. And you also hear Shinari kind of barking, or as Shinari's also trying to obey Master's command as the dwarves are climbing, and you just hear a bit of a kerfuffle of them trying to all get on the ladder simultaneously.
Oh. Maybe she could be used as another ladder? I don't know.
They'll
They'll
make their
figure
way
it
up.
out. Yeah, they'll figure it out. Right, Richard, let's go.
Aye, alright, follow me. And he starts like moving at a brisk pace with 2 armed guards following suit. They're wearing the same garb as the police that you found in the dungeon.
Is Thamor you're coming with?
Yeah, Thamor slams out a tinker onto the bar and starts to follow.
Okay.
Sir, you didn't pay your tab.
The dwarves will pay it.
Oh, man!
Wow!
Doesn't pay his debts? Well, so what kind of god is this?
Oh
mean-
man.
It
Gods
sounds
don't
about like
pay.
As you storm out, you just leave a very confused Kazim, just unable to really do anything at this point. The guildmaster is drunk off his ass upstairs. Shara is just looking around very confused, and well, what can he do to the hulking thing in the nude, basically?
Ugh, that's right, he's naked.
I expected like a, you expect me to pay for this swill, you know, kind of comment, but like, no, he's
What?
just...
No, other people pay for me.
He's a god. Why does he have to pay for things?
I guess
You
so.
would just say it was an offering to him. But anyway. Okay. So you make your way out. In that time frame, the others have already moved forward. Yes, indeed, the directions that you're getting, Zidane, are pointing you back to the house. To your home.
Hmm.
So... Oh, that was for the damage?
Yeah.
Side question.
Sure.
How wide, or lengthwise, how long is Galaran? Is it like 1 mile from end to end, or a little bit more?
Good
More than
question.
that, isn't it?
It's more. Cause this size of... Oh, I have not. I should actually do a legit measurement on that and design that.
I'm wondering if it would be a better idea to leave Shinari back at the house, or the guild house, because so that I can instantly chat with her if anything happens there. I know if she gets hit by an AoE at this high level, she gonna die immediately.
Really need to fix her.
Only way to fix a steed would be to dismiss the current one and summon a different one, and then take the average instead of gamble.
Ooh.
Otherwise, I can just bring her with us if it's
Don't know. I would actually have to do some research probably on that to figure out what a standard-sized kingdom.
I'll just
Region
bring her
would
with
be.
us then.
I would say probably close to, since it's kind of more of an oval shape, it's probably like closer to like 2 miles from top to bottom with like a mile width, kind of like a teardrop. Not teardrop, but it would be just top of head measurements. I will add that to things to actually build measurements for. I didn't even come to my mind. Apologies on that, but
So just for context, as like an FYI, ancient Rome as an ancient city is like 16 square miles area. It's roughly square.
Was that just the city itself, or was that including all of its outlying?
The walled portion of the city.
16 mile. Okay.
16 square miles. So, say 4 or 5
Goodness.
miles. It was a big city.
Yeah. I mean, Galaran is pretty on the larger end of the cities on the kingdoms on the western continent. The only one that rivaled it was Dunmoric. Tonlavir is pretty small. Well, it's well, you'll learn when you get there. It's a little more spaced out, but not as dense.
Sorry for the non sequitur. I just wanted to.
It's a good question.
I mean, it is. It may come in handy later on too, but I didn't really think to do that because I forgot. Man, there's a lot to world building that I haven't put together on this map. But okay, so Sebri goes 180, 135 after, and then so Marani, you were able to keep up the 180 pretty much every turn, right? Flight speed
160, but yes.
160. Okay.
Yeah, as long as I continue to dash.
Okay. So let's see. Trying to do math in my head of how when we.
Yeah, math in public.
No, right?
These are the word problems they don't prepare for you in school. They're probably the most relevant.
I saw a really wholesome Reddit post today that some guy enrolled his 3-year-old in preschool, and his 3-year-old already knew a bunch of math because he played D&D with her.
Oh yeah, is this the one that was 99th percentile or a different one?
Something like that, yeah.
Team building skills, mathematics skills, improvisational speaking skills. Why can't school just be in D&D?
Right?
I think she could just add, and that was. I don't think she got much of the other stuff. But,
Sorry, I'm trying to think of just general. You would catch him in, with that movement speed, you would catch him in about 5 rounds.
Okay.
So
Yeah, this is like calculus at this point.
I know. Well, I'm trying to think of how far he got with the fact that you also. The other check I'm gonna have to make. Marani and Zidane, or not Zidane, Marani and Absinthalis get to avoid this technically, though they may arouse some pretty interesting outcries, is the fact that you still have to pass through the gate between the nobles and merchant quarters. While not nearly as heavily patrolled as it used to be, there are still some of the militia standing guard.
there's a wall, right?
Yes.
Is it nighttime?
Yes, it is still.
Yes.
Oh, I'm spider climbing that shit.
Okay.
The gate is for suckers.
True.
All right. Evian. I'm guessing your dash is close to what Seabreeze is, though a little bit ahead of you, the extra burst he gets.
Yeah, technically I can only go up to 70 per round unless I use Misty Step, but I'm not wasting a spell, so...
Fair enough. So you do kind of fall behind then. And then Andros and the rest of the gang will be even slower behind. So they started late, got people rallied, and they're moving almost at base speed to an extent. But what will you do at the gate?
The gate's closed, right?
Well, it's not closed. It's open, but there are 2 militia guardsmen standing at post there. They don't look to be the most attentive, though. They're mostly there more for presence than anything else, by the look of it.
Okay, so yeah, she's just running up full speed, and she just barks out, "Livia, business. I need to see Mother."
Oh my god.
We're all gonna die.
They just look up in shock. One of them was kind of half asleep, fumbling to their weapons. We need to see identification.
She knows me, but she keeps going.
I'm going for my breastplate.
You pull past the guards who no reaction to speak of. And they just start you hear shouting behind you as they start kind of calling for other guards that someone ran through. So you start hearing the sound of a chase, like guards getting marshaled and forming behind you. You get slightly ahead. The rest of the company, Andros, Thamor, Zidane, and Richard and company, as well as Shinari at this point, would have joined after weaseling her way out of the sewer entrance. Richard passes through the gate unhindered and will actually leave you to go forward as he tries, or at least get a head start on him as he tries to calm that group down that's sending out a patrol after Evian. So, he will actually calm that down for you.
Can I ask Shinari to then pick Richard up? Like, she's following the rear, and then she's gonna pick Richard up so he can catch up with us.
Oh, you mean stay behind and then...
Yeah, once he's done chatting with his underlings to make up for the lost time.
Okay. Yeah, Shinari will stay with them. The rest of you push forward. The rest of you... So, the first to catch sight of him would be Marani and Absinthos with the basically GPS stalker system and bird form. Yeah.
I would say Andros is watching the sky to see if he can see the bird that's flying and trying to keep tabs on that.
You would find it very difficult to see them. A, just distance, and B, it's also night, and they have nothing on them that would be revealing at this point.
That's true. I have dark vision, but it's not that far. It's only 60 feet.
So it would be difficult to keep track of them.
Okay.
I'm not terribly high in the air. I want to make sure that I can actually, spot him.
No, I know, but just the distance that you guys got ahead of him and the continuing distance you get in the night sky, maybe he could spot a gray blurb in the distance, but
all good. Yeah, he'll just have kept tabs on the direction he last saw them flying.
Okay.
Kind of keep moving that way while listening to Richard and making sure he's pointing them in the right direction as well.
But yes, you do. Absinthos and Marani, you do finally catch sight of him as he's gone through the Nobles Quarter, and he's about halfway through the Nobles Quarter to House Levia, as he is very quickly trying to run along the paved road, or the paved roads and adorned sidewalks that are there.
So I guess once I have eyes on him, I'm going to just ping Absinthos mentally and just be like, hold on, and then I'm just gonna kind of dive down, and I'm going to try to just land right in front of him and try to cut him off.
Okay. I can use just for this interaction. Let's see. As you land in front of him, you could tell that he wasn't even really paying attention to anything in his mind. He seems very focused, and just that abrupt, skydiving bird. He's startled and just kind of leaps back, throwing up his hands defensively, and you see kind of sparks of magic energy kind of form around as he blinks. Recognition kind of takes form and sees you. Doesn't recognize you in bird form, but sees Absinthos. Absinthos, you see your father looking very pale and very just more... I guess there's more clarity to his eyes than you've seen in almost your entire life with him.
Father, you can't just go running off to Mother alone. You'll get yourself killed.
I have to.
Why do you
I
have
have
to?
to ask. I need to know.
Absent Thoughts would like to approach Father in a kind and gentle way, hopefully to embrace him, so you can tell him closer.
Like, he stiffens a bit, and as you put your arms around him, he just crumples, like, down. Like, just hard crumpling on his knees to the floor, and you just feel his, like, shoulders heaving a bit as he's trying to hold back the tears.
It's okay,
Can
Father.
Can I face myself?
Yes. Of course you can. You're
No.
kept in the dark, not through your own action.
Not true. I
It
thought
is
I had
true.
known. I wanted to believe. Didn't want to think about it. Too much.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Let's stop and take a rest for a moment.
I can't.
Yes, you can. You just need to breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out.
He tries, but takes a lot of more, like, half-choked breaths as he does.
Breathe in.
How did you find her? How did she... Why did she... What? I don't understand. They never come back.
While Father's doing this, Madeline obviously is listening as a pendant.
Mm-hmm.
Is Madeline saying anything, or is she just observing?
She's currently observing, I guess would be the word, but in, like, are you reaching out to her anyway or
No.
trying to mind link or feel anything from it? Because right now, yeah, you don't really have any. She's not responding right now.
Got it. Okay. Fortune has a way to give us all sorts of surprises, Father. I mean, we're deep in the catacombs of Dunmoric, and she appeared. And from best I can tell, I or someone had a magical being. She was stuck in the infernal planes after Mother banished her. But indirectly through her actions, she is now back, as Absthos points towards the amulet. Not the same as she was.
He looks at it with, again, tears in his eyes. He starts to reach a hand towards it and drops it. Not even worthy to be called her father anymore, am I?
Oh, you
Couldn't
are.
do anything for her. I couldn't do anything for anyone.
Oh, you're still a good father. You're still a good father to me. I mean, think about all what we did for the people in the lower quarters.
I try. It's just a fool's redemption. And by this time, Seabreeze, you've caught up, and Evian will be shortly to follow that as well.
Do I see them before I give myself away?
Yes. They're not exactly hiding. They're kind of in the middle of a like walkway with giant bird Morani standing in front of them if she hasn't dropped that transformation yet, and right now he's crumpled on the ground being hugged by Absinthe.
I will make like a gargoyle and climb and perch.
I think just incidentally, I will just drop back to Kalashtar form just to be a little bit less conspicuous.
Okay.
But I'm standing back and letting Absinthe do his thing.
Okay.
Brad, you're muted.
Because I was on mute. Father, you can't blame yourself for Mother's actions.
Just a long, awkward silence. No,
Letting the music build. Sorry.
But how can I face her now? Can't.
Like how I'm gonna face her. My friends are gonna face her. With a sense of justice.
You know who you're talking about, right, son?
Oh, I know exactly who we're talking about.
My mind is not as it used to be, filled with holes and riddles.
You're at least
I
more
always thought-
cogent than grandfather. At least you could speak.
That too, I fear, will be coming in time.
It's just the curse of the men of the Leviah family.
Curse I once thought I would gladly bear for her. But I don't. Is it wrong to question it after all these years? After all I stood by and watched?
It is never wrong to question.
What do we do, boy? Even now, she's probably watching us. We never escape her gaze for long. Though she treats me a fool, and I suppose she's not wrong.
She may think she has all the answers. Even she too is played. Played by Zerial. So what if she knows? You could see a tidal wave coming miles away. But no one can stop it once it crashes against the shore. All that knowledge means nothing.
You underestimate her. You haven't lived with her as far along as I have. Seen the horrors I try to shut away. I thought it all was okay. There were people I didn't know. I thought she doing it for the best. Think her own. My daughter would get caught up in it too. He just looks kind of at the amulet with a very mix of just pleading and absolutely like crestfallen. I'm sorry, my dear. I know I do not deserve any of your forgiveness or sympathy. I should have acted sooner. I should have looked into it further. I let her tell me what I wanted to hear.
I'm gonna touch
Madel-
the amulet and ask if Madeline wants to speak with Father.
She is just silent. Though as you touch the amulet, you feel it's burning.
Is this like a good burning or like a I hate I hate the sun burning?
Is this a good burning? Do you even hear
I am-
yourself?
I am very concerned as to what a good burning would feel like. But
Well,
Ghost
okay.
peppers.
Ghost
It's not rock.
Your background
Something
story's
kink
coming
shame.
through.
It's
It's time to embrace your destiny.
You can use ghost peppers as an example. If you're purposely eating the ghost pepper, that's a good kind of burning. If it gets somewhere where it's probably not supposed to be, that's a bad kind of burning.
I mean, but in that regard, it would also depend on what.
Well,
As
obviously
in,
it's
it is
burning.
literally physically hot to the touch.
Ooh. Still no response from her.
Nope.
Is there a reason why you're not responding?
And there's no answer, and you see Father's eyes widen in horror. No. She knows. She knows. She knows.
She knows what? That Mother is watching us or something else?
Mother knows she's back.
It was only a matter of time before she would find out.
You have to get her out of here. You have to get her out of the city. I won't let her have her again.
As Absinthe hears and thinks about the reason why Faust hasn't destroyed the cities that they're looking for the one. And he's thinking 2 and 2 with the amulet are a little too related. I know it's hard to believe his father, but this time she's hardly powerless. You have to believe me on this one.
Doesn't matter. Well, she's in there. She knows. Pact. She can still enact the pact.
Die before that happened.
Hmm?
I would die before I let that happen.
He just looks down at the amulet again. It's already happening. The amulet is glowing at this point, like a heated metal glowing. At this point, everybody else is caught up that was chasing.
Do I feel anything along the void oath across my arm?
I'm sorry.
When Madeline and I made the pact that led us here to Galaran, I believe you said that there were void runes that went up and down my arm as well. And am I feeling anything as the amulet is? I'm gonna guess that it's being attacked. The physical vessel.
The runes on your arm are starting to flicker and fade.
Absent thoughts, if you're going to make that decision, I think you have to do it now and fast.
Take her to the guild. Take her anywhere. Take her somewhere safe for now. She can't be near her. She's reaching for her. She's calling her back. Don't you hear it? Don't you hear the screams?
So she knows, then? Fuck. Pops, you feel like, saving your daughter?
Can't.
Shut up. Yes, you can. You can at least try.
Have no power to save her. I failed then. I will fail again. No,
You're not alone, you know that? Your son's here. He's come back. He's come back with a purpose. To deal with her.
Bring her back. Won't undo what I've done. That won't undo what has been done to me.
Doesn't matter. What's done is done. What are you gonna do about it now? We just saw you teleport out of that building. That's not no power.
In the face of her, it is nothing.
Then how do we stop her? You've lived with her your whole life. At least a few decades at most.
Seabreeze. With your passive perception as well, the fact that you're probably the one taking more of an eye to everything else, you notice several figures approaching. Coming from the direction up ahead. An armed guard escort of sorts, not dressed in the militia garb, rather wearing the house of a noble's guard.
How many?
4 of them.
Do I have time to make a distraction behind them and draw them away?
It depends on the distraction.
Sure. I will rooftop jump alongside and throw something at them. I'm about to decide what that thing will be.
May I use Sentinel of Life on Madeline, Absinthoth's father, and...
Oh.
Would be my 4th. You know, I'll probably use it on Evian, because she's technically almost related to Levia. So, maybe.
So all but Madeline can be affected.
Yeah.
Madeline is not a physical target to unfortunately not a physical. She's not a legal target.
Okay. Yeah. I figured it was worth a shot.
So can I finish my
Yeah.
action? Okay, so I will run next to them. I actually have a bell. So I will run on rooftop until I'm like sort of next to them, you know, going in the opposite direction, and then ring the bell to try and get their attention, and then run back the way they came.
You manage to pull one away. As you ring the bell, they stop, look up, and you see one in the front make a quick hand gesture and point, and one turns and starts heading your direction.
I imagine everybody else hears the bell too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, you all look up and you kind of see in the distance these, about probably like 100 feet off, you see this commotion this detachment of guards, with one breaking off following the sound of the bell and the others resuming their march towards you. Absinthoss, you recognize the garb as that of your house arms.
Inside Absalom's mind, there's the terrible idea of this is a terrible idea, but I could form the pact that Madeline has been talking about.
Oh boy, that is a terrible idea.
Isn't it? I mean, here's a little bit outside context, right? There's the balance of keeping the current power, but that might ultimately cause Madeline to go away, or for lack of a better word, go nuclear. Would not want to be at ground zero of that. Or get the pact with Madeline, which may or may not still be absorbed at this point, but it might be enough for her to act such that it could disrupt whatever Mother is doing. They're not even sure what the heck is going to happen to all the Hexblade powers. It's a total unknown there. Then, assuming we all succeed, Mother's dealt with, then I'm basically now went from serving Pact with the Devil Queen to pact with an entity that wants to annihilate all of existence.
I see no
Maybe
difference.
just survive.
I'm gonna play a good guy character next time. This is incredibly complicated.
As long as it's not DMV official number 513.
I still wanted to play that OSHA inspector from another game a long time ago, so... Can I make an Arcana check to figure out why the thing is burning? Because it seems unusual that it is on fire. Trying to figure out if it is from Madeline's will or not. And would putting a pact, the long shot is would
can
putting
give it a
pact
shot. It would be pretty difficult with just an Arcana check with no other assistance like detect magic or anything of that nature. But you can give it a shot. See what you roll.
Yeah, the main goal of it is this of Madeline's own choosing, or is something forcing onto Madeline and Madeline's being ripped away?
Would I be able to throw a cosmic omen at him for this? I rolled wheel way back when this day first started.
Well, that answers the question. 14?
If you'll allow me to give him the cosmic omen, he can add a d6 on top of that.
Okay. Is that what you're doing while these guards are approaching?
I mean, do we see the guards at this point?
Yes. Like I said, you
Oh.
all see it now because you hear the bell off in the distance and look up to where Seabreeze has pulled one of them away, but the other three are still rapidly approaching. And like I said,
I would
Absinthe
like to
knows
do
that they
spike
really...
growth in front of the
Oh,
guard.
jeez. I mean, I think that as far as this particular check is concerned, Marani would have heard Zidane say, if you're going to do this, you're going to do it now. Seeing Absinthoss look at the pendant and knowing that, if a decision is going to be made, he needs to, make it as informed as he can, then yeah, I think that she would throw this at him.
Okay.
So, yeah, Absinthoss, you can add a d6 to that roll.
So that's a net total of 17.
Okay. And so while that's happening, Evan, you said you're casting Wild Growth in the path of the oncoming guards?
Yeah.
Okay. They get stalled for a bit as they start going through, and you see them drawing their swords, start kind of hacking away at it. As for your roll, Absinthoss, you kind of gingerly touch it again, trying to discern the source of this magic. And very faintly, not really meeting than what I thought, you hear Zariel's laughter.
Oh dear.
And as these three guards are starting to hack away at the wild growth, trying to push towards you, you hear the one in the front shout, "Hold, hold, hold! Master Absinthoss and Father, Mother has requested your presence." As they kind of shout in the distance trying to hack away at the wild growth, keeping them bound, and the other is still trying to find the source of the bell, following wherever Seabreeze is leading them.
Probably a cliff.
I mean, that would be the other edge of the city into the water, but there is no current cliff in the middle
Then a very tall building with an open door on the bottom so that she can get him to a high place. And...
Hopefully.
I mean, the guard's not going to necessarily follow you up without reason, but we'll get there.
Good, then he'll stay there.
Yes, the other three hear them shouting. Or, well, the one shouting anyway.
All right, given that information, I think there's only one clear option, and it's not going with Mother. I'd like to use telepathic speech to at least confirm with Madeline. What does it take to make the pact with you?
Oh my god, here we go.
In the current state, you get no response from her.
Oh no, it's over.
Andros has stepped forward and is basically standing between the guards and Absinthoss and Father Levia. Kind of looks back. What are we doing? This is your people. Absinthoss, hey, wake up.
Still trying to fiddle with the amulet.
Yeah, it is burning to, like, it is searing your hand as you're touching it.
Well, now I'm worried it's just too late at this point.
Are there any, like, puddles around in the street? Is there any water?
There's fountain structures in some of the yards around you.
All right. Andros will shape some water over into his hand and then press it against the amulet. And then look directly at Absinthoss. Oi! Eyes here. We got a problem here. Leave that alone for now.
The water evaporates very quickly with a loud, like, hiss as water touching hot metal, and you hear Absinthoss as you're touching it, I guess, as well as Andros, because you were now touching it as well. Or did you touch it, or you just threw water at it?
He made like a globe of water and pressed the globe into it. He didn't actually
Okay,
physically.
so you didn't actually touch it.
He might have like brushed it slightly, but
You hear two sets of screams, Absinthoss, as you hear Zariel scream out in anger, and you hear a bit of a pain and almost a very minor relieved pain, like, scream come from Madeline.
I would say at this point, being that no one's doing anything and Evian's still holding her concentration of Spycrow, she'll just look at the Absinthoss and whoever's in the middle there. If no one's gonna do anything, go. You need to go. This is not the time to do this or anything. Get them out of here.
Sedan would like to take his hand that has the void runes on it and then grabs the medallion in the palm of his hand, or just. I would like to burn an aura of light into it and focus my will on saying, he still has business here.
does Absinthoss respond at all to what just happened in front of him?
A little too preoccupied with, is it too late? Do I need to get out of here? Not the most straight thinking.
Andros will slap him across the face.
And you heal him 1 hit point.
Oi! We need you here!
Let's go to the amulet. Oh, and what does Mother request of my presence? A little busy at the moment.
So as you do that, Zidane, as you take the amulet and you kind of focus your energy into it, it kind of sparks and sizzles, but again, seems to not accept the spell. It's not really a target that you can infuse.
It just hurts my hand.
It's getting warmer again. It got doused a bit, but you can feel it steadily warming again. And yeah, and you can kind of start feeling the mix of pain. It's just this swirl of emotions coming from inside it with your link from like the bond she made with you. You can feel her in pain, and you can feel something else like trying to pry its way in. And as far as the question that Absent Thought shouts, you hear from the guards who are now kind of just getting rather annoyed as they keep hacking at growth that seems to be growing around them. We don't know, sir. She just sent us out saying that you are out here and she requests your presence. Now, what is with these horrid plants?
Yeah, they don't like you for whatever reason.
Evan would just keep looking right up at Absent Thoughts, and she's like, Absent Thoughts, for the love of your father and for your sister, whatever you're doing, this is not the time or place to meet your mother. You need to get your father out of here. This is our main goal, is to get your father. This is no time to stall. Get him out.
Marani at this point will walk up to Father. You want to do right by your daughter? Help us. You're the only one that can give us any kind of insight into what she's capable of, really capable of. Want to make sure that this doesn't happen again or make things worse? Come with us.
He's seems just to be broken. You just see his eyes are kind of wide and trembling.
I look do telepathic speech to Father and tell him, let's get back to the tavern. It'll be better there.
Are you mind linking or are you just sending him a message?
Telepathic speech, so it should be two-way if.
You hear you hear another voice in there.
No.
Oh no.
Wonderful.
You hear your mother's voice speaking in basically what you could assume is spellcasting.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go tell the guard saying, I'm sorry, he needs to go back to the lower quarter for some more protection of the lower city. There's still more work that needs to be done.
But young master, you cannot disobey the orders of your mother.
I'm not disobeying it.
We were sent to retrieve you, and that's what we shall.
Oi,
this
tin
plant
cod piece.
Now!
Oi, tin cod piece. You gonna listen to your master, or are you gonna be a dick?
Obviously, listen to my master. That is what I am here for. And if you insolent brat will continue to insult me, we will take you to the dungeon.
Ha. As if. Fuck off.
How far
Right.
away are they?
Huh?
How far away are the guards?
Oh no.
It's
Oh
about-
no!
about
They're
70
currently
feet
in
this way.
Evian's spike growth, so...
I only asked one question to one person. How far away are the guards?
It's time to mow the lawn, Thamor.
Okay, I'll ask it again. Salty, you said again about anyone else interrupting so I can actually hear it?
70 feet.
Thank you. The instant they come within 60 feet, I'm gonna toss a halberd at their feet.
Okay. They are still fighting their way through the wild growth, so it'll be a bit. But yes. Absent thus, you hear your mother's voice chanting inside your father's head.
Oh, fuck
Cool.
everything about this. Absent thoughts, grab your father and come on. And I'm going to wild shape back into an eagle. And hopefully he will take the fucking hint.
Yes, that's... He's gonna drag Father out if he needs to. Or even worse, we get picked up by Bird Marani in a claw.
Andrew,
I am
whatever
not
you did,
above
do it
that.
again.
I'm not above grabbing him if need be.
Okay. He doesn't fight back, but he also isn't completely catatonic. He feels like he's just rigid at this point.
So assuming that Absent Thoughts is able to get Father on me, as soon as they are on me, I immediately take off and head back toward the guild hall.
You hear the shout of the guard behind you. Come! Send word to Mother they fled. And the other guards, who slowly started moving forward, getting through the wild growth, groan, turn around, and proceed to cut through the wild growth, going the other way. You
Take damage along the way? So they're like chipping at it, but they don't get damaged?
They are getting
Slow.
damaged.
Like, oh, okay.
They are getting damaged, and they're just getting frustrated with it. But they are taking damage, but they're just not dying to the damage. That's why also they're pissed that they have to go back through it.
Right. Let's leave these fuckers to their own problems. And Andros is going to point at them and drop a fog cloud on top of them, so now they can't see what they're doing.
Yes!
Oh, nice.
Sorcery! We are under attack!
From the fog.
Hammering. You just hear
Oh no!
Oh no, I forgot to drop my snakes first!
It's never too late.
But as this clamoring is going, you start hearing other guards start shuffling from inside the other noble houses.
Right, we gotta go! Thamor, Zidane! Seabreeze, wherever the fuck you are! Oh yeah, Evian's still there. Evian, let's go! And he's gonna turn and start booking it back to the guild hall.
Yeah. Once the soldiers are going back towards the house, she will literally get up from holding her spell and then just start booking it through the fog cloud, going back towards the tavern.
You hear some clanking as they were struggling to get through, and then with the spell relief, they a couple of them just kind of crash. You start booking it back. Marani's in the air with Zidane and his father,
Absent
or the
Thought.
rest. Or sorry, Absent Thought and his father, and then the rest of you are also booking it back. This thing, we're going to try and spear one of them randomly.
Was Andros able to throw water on the necklace again? Or
I don't think I had.
We're
Yeah,
gone. We're gone, so...
Well, the
yeah,
necklace,
he's gonna hurl the halberd and run the opposite way.
Hurled Howard into the fog.
Eat the halberd into the fog.
Fog
It'll
fishing.
come
his
back to
tradition.
me.
I mean, go ahead and roll me an attack roll.
Catch
Oh,
a big,
Advantage because you
a
can't
big
see.
fog fish.
At disadvantage, but
It's just like fishing into the ocean. I can't see the fish in there either. I just throw it, it happens.
Come on!
I have
Come on,
training for
Thamor!
mean,
Let's go get a big one.
we've gone from just being annoying to potentially.
Dang it!
All right.
Oh no.
I love
Only
that
a
you're saying
10.
dang it, but you almost just declared war on a noble house?
We've already done that.
They wouldn't know what happened. They
Yeah,
can't
it's just
see it.
Yeah, it's just a random halberd
I'm
flying
sorry.
out of nowhere.
You wouldn't think they'd have 2 cents of figuring out
Actually,
that they got attacked by
you know what?
fucking halberd?
No, it's raining halberds. What do we do?
But actually, you know
Damn
what?
undead army.
Yeah, no.
Just managed to wander into the
Don't
Howard
do it,
delivery
dude. What are
alley.
you doing? Come on.
No, come on, man. No.
Since you can use the before or after making the attack roll for any of the effects that are applied. Are you actually gonna do godly precision on them?
Let me see.
No, go, dude. Come on.
Don't go,
Well,
please.
we're fighting a war against like half the houses here.
Oh,
But we don't need
jeez,
to add
man.
another one to the list.
I know it's all we're already fighting.
I already got one with Leopold. I think that's enough for now.
Man, I should have grabbed Thamor before I took off.
No, the halberd just gonna land in front of someone, just thinking for flying back into the fog.
Okay. You hear one of them just kind of yelp as it clangs near them. They're attacking! Hide! Get behind cover! We will get reinforcements.
But I'm assuming eventually, as we're running back the other way, we meet up with Richard coming toward us on
He's
Shinari.
he's coming towards you on Shinari with the other 2 guards running at like best they can to keep up. And as you run, almost just Looney Tunes style by him, he just turns on Shinari. Like Shinari turns to follow you guys and he goes, "What is going on now?
We forgot our tankards. We gotta get another drink.
You forgot it!" And he kind of like turns back and you hear him listen.
Come on!
And he hears the shouting and you just hear the love of. You cause trouble wherever you go, don't you?
Yes, that's it, kind of the point of the job. Are you coming or not?
I No choice if they catch me with you. Remind me to flog you after all this is said and done.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I'm a command. And he follows you back on Shinari as you turn tail, and the guards that just let you through are now very baffled to see you coming back the other direction at full speed. As you make your way back to the guild hall. Marani and Asinthos, you make it back first, going through the air. The dwarves have set up inside, weapon in one hand, mix of improvised. Some have some swords they found, some have some just improvised clubs, and the other hand with the drink. And Kazim sitting there arguing with Karjat. Look, sir. The big one said you would be paying. Like, damn hell I'm gonna be paying for him. He ain't the captain. The big sod will pay for himself.
Ugh. Right. Kajit, what the fuck are you doing?
Captain, your big friend said we would be paying for his drinks. Drinks like a bloody whale.
Are you gonna argue with him?
Yes.
Right. Do it after. We've got company, I think.
Aye, lads, you heard the captain. Up in arms. And you, and he points at Kazim, we'll settle this later. And Kazim just slumps down and just puts his head on the counter.
Andros will walk up to him and fish out 5 gold from the guild, from our store, from our, I guess, our stash, and set it on the bar stool. I think they should cover it, right?
He just lifts his head up slowly, and you just see a very tired Kazim. Thank you, sir. Now, please, just keep it down.
You might want to find somewhere safe to go.
His eyes grow a bit wide at this, before just resuming that dead pose. I do not get paid enough for this. He slumps over to the cellar. But yes, Marani and Absalom should already beat you back. Everyone who is running back is now back in the guild. As you cross the threshold into the guild, Absalom, you feel your father immediately just crumple in your arms. And he just looks tired and pale. And Zidane, when you cross the threshold, you feel that burning sensation and the amulet immediately cease.
I guess to that the amulet, I might feel it stop burning now.
Sorry?
I guess since I have the amulet, it will probably stop burning for me.
Zidane took it from you.
Oh, yes.
So.
So as everyone gets inside, Zidane is going to, well, he's wrapped the chain of the necklace around his hand. He's holding the pendant in his palm. He goes straight up to Absinthos and with his other hand grips him by the collar and shoves him against a wall.
Well, you're gonna get an equal death glare on this one, so...
Where was that characteristic outburst of action just now? Your
Well,
sister
gee.
was almost ripped away from you.
Well, gee, I was hoping to find a way to stop it from happening. An action caused by you, because you couldn't shut your mouth.
Boys, this is not the goddamn time! We have more important things to worry about than whatever bullshit is going on between us right now.
What prevented you from just making that pact of yours that she kept on talking about?
Well, do you propose an alternative solution in that moment? Have her ripped over to Zerial, let her win?
The whole point of what she said was to break that pact with Zerial.
Well, if either of us fall to her, it's game over. Thankfully, we are
Shakes his
here.
head. And he lets go of his collar. Is Madeline thinking anything? Or is she retreated?
Reaching out to her?
Yeah.
You bloody idiots! How dare you put me in that situation without letting me know we were going to be right next to her?
I do confess that perhaps revealing your condition was an accident on my part.
My condition is of no matter. Almost got my father killed. Because of our damned pact, I cannot leave this until I see you fail.
Then what of that pact that you want to make with your brother? Isn't that some alteration?
Yes, because that would eliminate my original plan. I would have no need or ability to do what I initially carried out in that form, and I would do it otherwise through Zidane, and I would leave it to him. I think she still had that much power.
So I'm the only one that's able to hear her right now touching
Yes.
the amulet.
You're gonna get death bear from Absinthoth the entire time, for the record.
Let's clasp hands with Absinthoth so that both of us are able to hear. He just opens his hand with the amulet still wrapped around and then looks at Absinthoth. Then at Madeline's pendant.
Brother, I knew you to be a fool, but that was reckless.
Well, clearly I did underestimate Mother's power on that. What the hell was she doing?
What
Just
she
going after Father,
always
you?
does. She enacts pacts and gets power from them. Her pact with Zariel for me was my life, my soul. Zariel does not give up claim. And with Father, he is bound to her. Outside these walls or where she cannot see him, he cannot run from her. Holes in his mind she looks through.
Absinthoth's just thinking about the void power he has in himself. He still has that wish. He looks over to Marani. Marani, remind me, how many basements does this place have?
How many basements? Why would you possibly need to know something like that?
The power of my mother through the pact would make it extraordinarily difficult to make a head-on confrontation. I think I could sever it, but I need a hiding place in time.
If I know Golvin, he's got at least 1 or 2 hideaways in this place.
What do you think the chances are that he's sober enough now to be able to point us in the direction of one?
I'm sure we've got someone who can sober him up. Looks at Zidane. Oi, Shara! Where's Golvin?
He's still upstairs, dead asleep.
Right.
Well, go wake him up. We fucking need him.
I can't wake him up.
Zidane!
Drunk.
Zidane, go
Yep,
wake him up.
He's already going up the stairs.
What? She just
Turns
has her
over.
head in her hands.
Where's the basements? Where's the hideaways in this place? Do you know? Golvin's got.
I know.
You've been here for, what, a decade? How long have you been working here?
He hasn't shown us all of that.
Ah, fuck. Golvin. Oi, Richard. How much shite is the guild in if those guards find us in here?
It's tricky. They can't outright act without causing an uproar. The guild served as a beacon of hope for everyone when the undead. To attack us here would be paramount to a political suicide. But they will be watching it for sure. If what you're yelling about is of any indication what they were. It will be difficult to move about the city. But they cannot outright attack. They may send someone.
So we gotta get out of sight.
Either out of sight or be prepared to entreat with them tomorrow, as they will probably send an envoy to face you directly with the correct approach, or the noble approach, as it were.
Fuck that. That sounds like a right load of tush.
You might be right, but right now, they're one of the parties stabilizing the people in this city. They go down, they risk a riot or giving it completely to the opposing side. They can't risk that. They will, however, try everything in their power to do it correctly. And believe me, they can dig up whatever story or fabrication that you can conjure. This may not be a battle of arms, Sir Captain.
Right. Then it's disappearing then.
Don't know if you can.
If I know anyone like Golvin, he's gotta have something.
For inside the guild, perhaps. And as you're going up to the loudly snoring Gorbin, I am guessing you are remedying what we have considered alcoholism to be a poison.
5 points.
Huh?
5 points of lay on hands to neutralize poison.
With a snort, he rolls over and is sleeping very soundly.
This is a trained warrior that is used to being probably woken up by enemies.
Thwack.
Yep.
Let's stand 10 feet away and poke him with the butt of the halberd in the
Jesus.
back.
5 more minutes. And he just kind of like rolls over.
Mother Levy is here to kill everyone. Bonk him on the head. Non-lethal, or
I would have that.
Lethal
coup de
bonking.
grace. Coup de grace,
Lethal
take
bonk.
all his shit. No, bonk him on the head with the butt.
What happened to the good old water in the face, man?
You smack him and he just sits up in a start. Better have a good reason for this, as he's got his hand on his greatsword.
Mother Levy is coming to kill Absinthoss, and Father Levia.
Okay, that's a pretty good reason, but I don't believe you.
Do you want to talk to them yourselves? Yourself?
Ugh.
This is the only safe place that we know of for them.
And
Has
you
this,
brought the-
she has this
I don't know,
reach.
still into a war zone. Alright, let's go. He gets up and starts marching past you. Don't think I've forgotten about you bonking me in the head.
Trust me, this is the least of things that I'm going to be answering for.
As he gets to the top of the stairs in the middle of your conversation. Alright, what did you idiots do this time?
Well, the chief idiot is standing right next to you.
Ascot, leave it. You can yell at him later. Right now, we've got to get father and your sister out of sight. The rest of us too, but he ain't in no state to move.
Yes, that is the truth of it.
Golvin, where's your safe house?
You're standing in it.
You know what I mean.
He just kind of turns around. This is it, lad. I built this place to be my safe hold. For me and all my guild.
And
I've got a
what,
cellar you can go down if that's what you want.
and what if the Levia pricks walk in here and see all of us standing here? You got somewhere that they can hide.
Yes, in the cellar. They can hide there, but that won't stop them from coming in. I can't stop them technically, but... And you see Richard kind of step in. Again, I'm not going to declare war. I can't. They will bring an emissary. They know you're here. And they know you can't leave.
That's only partially true. Two of our party can't leave. The rest of us ain't so tethered. Ascot, why don't you give your sister your pops? I'm sure they have got a long overdue reunion. They can stay here, stay safe.
Right, does Zidane have it still? Or does Zidane actually give it to me? I know he clasped it in my hand for a bit.
I clasp it so that you would have contact, but Adeline is currently wrapped around his wrist.
So Zidane, you still have it?
Yes.
You hear Madeline reach out to you. Those fools. Mother knows you're there. She'll keep an eye on the place now. There's no getting out.
So what are the odds that she comes here thinking to her in person? Or she just gonna send thrall after us?
She doesn't need to. She'll send a courier and request an audience publicly.
The most annoying weapon of all bureaucracy.
So it has to be. She will make it a big show, and she will make it an offer that you cannot refuse. This has always been her way.
Even if she puts it out in public, wouldn't that mean she would also have to admit that you were killed by her?
She's not gonna mention me, you dunder. She's going to request the aid of the heroes that have come to the Adventurers Guild. She's gonna request that you, as members, show up to the council and discuss details with her. It'll garner the public eye and you cannot hide from it. If you say no or decline, she will just say that you are then in league with the other faction. I know her well. She's going to put you in a situation you cannot run from.
Well, does that bring you close enough?
Are you saying you're gonna set me free? Are you giving up on your task, Zidane?
Zidane closes his eyes. I saw you felt you almost be drawn straight from where you reside. Do you really think that going up against her alone wouldn't ensure you win?
When I am at my power, yes. Bound in here by our pact and this prison-like state, I can't do anything. Isn't that obvious?
What's everyone else doing?
Giving you a death glare, as usual.
Andros has got his arms crossed and is just watching you, not responding to everything going on. You done chatting with her? I mean, I assume that's what you're doing. You've been standing there with a blank expression on your face halfway down the stairs. Clutching that fucking pendant.
Look, whatever we're doing, we have to do it quick, so what is the fucking plan?
Madeline says that bureaucracy is what's going to get us out of here, because as soon as a courier comes from House Levia, Mother Levia is going to draw us and rake us over the coals in such a way that we will become enemies of the people if we don't acquiesce to whatever she wants. So close yet so far.
People. Shit.
So close yet so far to actually dealing with her. And the only reason why she could have been attacked in the amulet was because, well, because of me.
So let us stay with Pops, here. Sure, she can send couriers. Gorvin, you don't have to listen to him. You don't have to give up somebody who's under your protection. Right?
Of course
So-
not.
That's not how it exactly works in this city.
Well, this city's fucking broken in half right now.
Yes,
I don't really feel like I don't really feel like listening to protocol. I don't think we need to listen to protocol.
Isn't there something as a noble I could do? Or is she just
Do you even
buried
have your
in like a tick?
Do you even have your pedigree on you?
Blank stare.
Oh my! He put both his hands in his face. Oh.
This, he pulls up his ring.
Okay. Ugh.
You do realize that was all going on right before the widow's kiss made port, right?
Is he a noble or not, Ascot?
He has a ring enough to prove it.
Good.
It'll be rough, but he can prove it.
That's fine. Right. Pops and old Maddie's there. She's got to stay here. Seems like the only place she's fucking safe, because, well, was Mother, what, murdering her through the pendant out there?
Sure, that's an accurate enough statement.
Right, so she's got to stay here, or she's dead. And I'm assuming if she dies, your mum gets more powerful.
It would be over, yes.
And Pops is gonna stay here because, well, he ain't doing much else otherwise.
I'll be honest, if I was conniving as my mother, if I was her, I would take the opportunity to drag us all in the court. That way, Father and Madeline would be quite vulnerable enough to some unlawful activity.
I assume our dear guild leader wouldn't be too keen to that happening, right, Gorvin?
Of course not, but don't know what kind of sway I have over her.
For
I
all
will-
anyone knows, this is just a mere necklace that I happen to own.
She knows it's not. At least she knows now.
Yes, but she can't exactly reveal that.
None
No,
of that
she
matter.
can finagle it by saying, "Oh, it was a valuable jewel that belonged to me." It would end up with the same damn result. I would be
Right.
almost as bold as to say we bring it to it in the room. That would force her into an awkward position where she would have to admit if she really wanted it. Otherwise, it's on me. It's still part of the House Levia property. My property.
Right, so Absinthoss, as our only currently lucid expert on House Levia, what the fuck do we do?
He looks around as he's exasperated. Not sure how he's going to explain the concept with a straight face. And have everyone like what he's about to say, given how people have distrusted Absinthoss in the past with stupid ideas like using Dispel Magic and summoning Zerial, or a Zerial lookalike in that instance.
Well,
It might be risky. I think I'm able to break the pact between Zerial and Madeline.
How?
He whispers void vapors out of his hands. Remember that? Remember how we went from the ocean straight to Dunmorak?
Oh, you mean when we conjured all those fucking void bullshit and now there's a giant maelstrom in the middle of the ocean? Yeah, I remember it quite vividly.
The Maelstrom was a completely separate entity. Remember that.
Just let him speak.
I intend to, don't worry.
I can feel that power back and ready again. Give me a few minutes, and I should be able to break that chain. Such that, if we were to bring Madeline into that room, Zero would not be a threat to her. There would be no tether for her to pull.
Mother and your demon queen, they'd sense that the tether was broken. They ain't right too keen about finding that out, I'm sure.
Like it or not, I don't know what other option we have.
Well, yes, at the moment, they would eventually find out. However, pacts aren't like rope. Pacts are more like friends, in a sense. You don't hover around your friends 24/7. You eventually sleep, brush your teeth, use the outhouse. You would notice if something was different, like if your friend lost an arm, or if their arm turned wooden, perhaps,
Or if they turn green.
or if they turned green.
We get it. I think most of
It
us
wouldn't be
have some
immediate.
sort of pact. I get it.
It would not be
Yes,
something they would immediately know of.
But the moment we walked into that room, they'd see that and know.
She would see just... Everyone else would just see an amulet. Mother would see and perhaps try to do something sly. And then realize that the tether no longer exists.
Right. So, you suggesting we take advantage of that surprise then?
Exactly.
And do what? Attack?
I'll be honest, I didn't fully think this plan through. I just wanted to be far enough along that Madeline didn't have to worry about being stolen or Zariel having an easy access through it. Sure, between three of us having silver tongues of sorts, that we'll find a way. After all, you snuck out of that prison pretty easily.
That was prison. It's not like it's a demon queen and your mother.
It absolutely is like a prison. Instead of cages, it's books, lawyers, council members. It's just prison by another form.
It still boils down to what do we do once we're there?
Is it possible that your mother can look into other realms? Does she have that reach?
Father, I only am aware of the infernal planes. His father's still
Well,
limp.
Sorry?
His father's still limp.
Yes.
So father's not responding if I ask.
He's unconscious at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, because Evian's pretty much checking over him and listening in and everything, and with asking that question, she's gonna have she has a thought, and well, what if I asked my dryad to see if we can temporarily go through the Feywilds just to hide your father and just for safekeeping? I mean, obviously you don't want for what just happened before. You don't want this to happen again. I mean, it's worth a shot.
There's an idea.
That might be crazy enough to work.
You think you can control it?
Well, I have to ask first, but that being said, she reaches, puts her hand on the back of her bow and thinks or concentrates deeply to contact the dryad, and she just asks her, "Listen, I have a situation. Is it possible that we can cross the Feywild and bring a mortal and a possession where it has a bit of void and hell energy? It's only temporary until we solve the situation."
It is possible, my sapling. Though it would be much easier to do so without unwanted notice if you're going to hate me if you took your position.
Do you think, sir, the ringmaster? She says out loud.
But no, not as the ringmaster, but your seat on the council.
I thought I agreed to having my seat on the council.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, she totally did.
I thought
She
you
wasn't sure. If I remember correctly, it's because Evian wasn't sure if she was going to have to be there full time.
My bad. DM, I thought you said everything about it. I have the wrong notes.
It's okay. I did say she'll take the seat as long as the Feywild was able to help her during the situation with Foss. That's what she last ended with.
Okay, I didn't update that. I wrote down think about. I don't know why I did. Okay.
It's okay.
Yes, Where do you plan to go? Traversing the Fey Wilds be dangerous.
Discreet and safe, where no eyes can peer into those who are of mortal or hellish plane. Is there any such place?
I mean, within the Fey Wilds itself, none without our permission can look in. As for the mortal material realm, you tell me where you want to go, and I can try to guide you along the Fey Wilds to get there.
She thinks for a moment and then kind of like drawing back, and then she feels the shift in her satchel. She reaches in to lift up the fortune teller ball, peers into it. Do you by chance have a home in the Feywild, since you did say that only if I were to be part of the council I can free you? Are you mortal? Or are you
part of the Feywilds, lass?
And do you have a home in which we can temporarily stay in?
If you can fit inside my ball.
And she just goes back to the dryad. So, I have a very fortunate endeavor in my current situation. My hand, really, and she's part of the Feywilds. Are you able to get into her certain home? She's like grasping the ball.
You can hear the fortune. I was being sarcastic, lass.
Oh, well, be literate. We're in a very dying pressure, very, very extreme situation.
I am what you would call a genie, lass. I'm bound to this ball. Can't come in with me.
Are you able to make a home in the Feywild? Is basically what she is glaring at the ball now.
I'm not from the Feywilds.
Oh my god. Okay, she just basically goes back to the dread. Find me a home in anywhere that is in a forest area where it's safe, secluded, and no dangerous creatures nearby.
If you could see the dryad, you would see a creature just staring blankly at you for a second.
She's just basically looking at everybody like...
I know, but she's just like, Sapling, this is the Feywilds. There are very few of those in the material plane that would ever call the Feywilds safe for their kind. We can try to protect you here, and you can try to carve out a home of sorts, but I cannot guarantee you will be perfectly safe until you've found a place to defend.
Sorry for the frustration. It's just quite in a pickle right now. All I ask is to hide a couple people. That's it. For a small time. Until I handle the situation in the mortal realm.
I will see what I can do. With your name and your seat, they should be left alone. Should they not at least travel far or try to go beyond the realms of the court?
I doubt they will.
Alright. And you see an image kind of appear in your head of a tree. Like a marking of a tree that you'd once seen a long time ago. Put this mark on those you wish to send, and we will take them.
She puts the fortune teller ball back in her bag and looks over at everybody who is expectingly looking at her because she's like randomly bursting out things.
You're just randomly holding the ball and a bow and just like glaring between the two. angrily.
All right. Well, she looks up and she just sighs heavily. Okay, so I got something underway. Basically, what it is that I can send those temporarily to the court where they will be safe as long as they don't wander. All I have to do is mark the tree on them, and they will be safe as long as they stay where they should be.
Zidane raises an eyebrow.
Long story, but it's something to hide your father, Absinthoss, and if need be, I did let them know if I were to have Madeline go with your father while we handle your mother, they said should be alright as long as she or your father don't wander out of the Sealy court.
Zidane has a slight smirk at the wandering Madeline image.
Right, so that keeps them safe. What's your mother gonna do, Ascot, if we don't have her old father with us?
At least just easy justification. Yeah, she's looking for the heroes. Neither of them are heroes.
So we gotta go play noble conscript then.
Most likely. I mean, by the sound of it, as long as it's just us.
Andrew spits on
And-
the floor as he says that word, noble constructs, or conscripts.
As much as we both dislike talking among nobles, no offense, Absinthoss, but nobles is kind of just the high tidiness. It's there. Anyways, as long as your father is safe and he will not be pried upon, nor your sister, because as long as I am on the seat of the court, no one is able to pry in. So if you have the power to even look beyond the realm, she can't. As long as she has my permission, and she won't.
That's about the best we can do then, yes? Absinthoss? What say you?
I'm just thinking right now about... The guards are going to say they saw it to me last, and they don't see father. They're going to be asking me all sorts of reasons as why he isn't there. The best I'm going to come up with is, well, they haven't tried looking for him hard enough because he likes going off on his own all the time.
It'll be fine.
It'll at least buy us some time.
I'm sure they're going to use that as a wedge.
In the city of fucking Galaran, everything's a fucking political wedge.
Yeah, it's a shame the king was, didn't do more about it.
Just a shame then, isn't it? Well, too bad he's dead.
Yeah, he was a puppet anyway, so...
Alright.
Zidane tries linking with Madeline. Fancy a trip to the Feywilds with your father? Catch up?
I suppose I don't have a choice in the matter, do I? But I will still know if you fail.
I am so sick of this bitch.
Guess I know I can do characters right if you actually love them and then you absolutely hate some of them.
Madeline Levian, the audacity of this bitch.
Well,
We killed her. She's dying.
just as I drank some water. Damn you, Shred.
should have had some ice with it. More difficult. Anyway. So, in response to that,
Oh, then of our new friend, our new companion, she changed. Is she able to look like Father Riel? Seabreeze?
Levia?
Well, she was Alton, and now she's someone else.
Why
Is
would
she
she
able
want to be Father Riel?
If we were to go to court and they question where he is, but it's just a thought.
I think you
Oh,
mean
you
Father
mean
Levia.
Pops?
Yeah, Pops.
Seabreeze is on the roof, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Who's
that's
Seabreeze, by the way? No, oh, I don't actually ask that. She has my implicit trust. Yay!
I fail to see how that would help us. She would likely be able to tell right away that it's not actually him, and then that makes us look worse.
like I said, it was a thought.
You think she'd at least let us take a nap? Come see a summons in the morning? It is getting fucking late.
Did your friend at the Fey Court say how someone could be brought back from your tree? It's one thing to go to the Feywilds, it's another thing sometimes entirely to come back.
She basically wags her finger at that and then puts her hand back on her bow. If they were to come back, am I able just to summon them willingly?
Oh, Sapling. You could just ask me and I would bring them back, if it were in my power to do so.
Very well. And all I have to do is basically ask my friend in the Feywilds, and she'll bring them back for me. Just one word, and she'll do it.
Well, Madeline says she'll know if we fail. So either we can bring her back, or if we fail, she comes back on her own volition. He unwraps the chain and then goes over to... Where is the crazy-eyed Father Levia? There he is.
Out cold as well.
Yep, well... So extend it to Absintho's then.
It's up to you, Absinthoth. I am able to keep them safe, but it is your family.
He's looking over. There's a completely separate internal thought thread for like, God damn it, Saddam.
That seems to be the common thought for the last couple sessions.
Well, the other thought too is like, hold on, you screwed up, and now you're pulling my neck over all this.
I'm not doing that. I'm
Rebels
just
are
trying
petty
to
after all.
Just trying to move forward.
Guy looks over to the unconscious father. Well, he'll sober up eventually. Takes the amulet and ties it around father's neck.
A better alternative than to, well, trying to rely on her to not blow us up as collateral.
It may still come to that. We don't know yet.
Well, I think I'd rather her stay as a spirit in a amulet than avoid whatever she said she was going to become if you took her up in that deal.
You know, earlier on, I thought she wasn't really my sister. Now I think otherwise. In honesty, that thought terrifies me.
Whoever she is, she can't get to your mother.
Just before Absinthoth grabs... Wait, did you already touch the amulet?
Yes.
It's on father.
It's on father's neck.
Oh hell! I'm gonna reach out and then make a move as if to make sure it's secure. The
Mhm.
chain. Madeline, if Absinthoss reaches out to you and tries to make that pact, would you be able to hear it?
I don't know, Dan. I haven't been an amulet for very long in another dimension that is normally unreachable by most people. I could say it's a new experience for all of us.
Fair enough. Well, I can
I'm sure
hope.
if my brother wants to, I'm sure he'll find a way.
I can hope that if it comes to that, well, Almir will still be in one piece. And you might have helped. But, well. And he lets go and looks over to Evian. Alright, so do we need a needle, paint? What do you need to do for your little tree?
Good question. She is just going to concentrate on the image of the tree, and then she's gonna, with her fingertip, focus on her Fey pact, start drawing on his forehead on Father Pops, and see. And I want to say that the tree forms on his head as she's drawing it.
As you're slowly tracing it, you leave behind this glowing bluish green sigil, forming the marks of the tree from session like 3 or 4 when you were in Galaran, and you had the vision. Or no, session
Way long ago.
to him actually, the vision you got in the basin when you were gonna meet Lily. So that tree. And as you do, after they are marked, you feel a slight breeze. And just like that, they vanish.
Glad that worked.
And Gorvin are staring just dumb-faced at all this. And Gorvin goes to get some drinks.
Oh shit, I forgot to ask if she could see Shara. No. Oh well.
And if I need to, if you're concerned, where your family is, I can also transport everybody. Just gotta let the Dryad know if they want to take a trip to the Feywilds.
Right, well, that's one problem taken care of for now, I suppose.
Always assume the courier fop's gonna come in the morning, Ascot.
My mother is nothing if not the perfect annoying bureaucrat.
How do
Sounds
you
like
like it?
I mean,
She sounds like a wonderfully right prick.
I'd be very surprised if it was even a second late.
so at this point, I'm gonna count heads. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where did Seabreeze get off to?
The assassin? Hiding somewhere, I'm sure.
Might not want to advertise their chosen profession like that.
Exactly.
English. Do you speak it?
Great, needle drops and.
In any case, if she is part of the team,
It went completely over my head. I'm just gonna say that.
It went over everybody's head. That was something.
It's all part of my elaborate plan to kill Marani in real life. It's my last
I'm just gonna have to watch the recording. Oh.
I mean, if you go outside, she'll come down.
Well,
yeah, Absthos was just implying that, of course, as an assassin doesn't want to reveal their face. That's why we don't see her or him.
It.
Yeah,
They.
they, them.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yes. Anyway, I did also find out something else, and she brings out the crystal ball. A fortune teller is something much more than we thought.
you still have that thing?
Yeah.
You took it?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
The puzzled face
She-
of Absthos.
she seemed to find great joy in telling us how much we were going to fail. I'm sure she is just along for the ride.
Literally. Until I free her.
How? Okay. Is this the second or third person that wants to see us fail? Madeline wants to see Zidane fail. This thing wants to see us fail.
Yeah, you somehow collect them all as Pokemon.
Gotta catch them all.
Yeah, I gotta catch them all apparently.
Well, I don't think she wants us to fail.
She just finds sadistic pleasure in voicing that.
And she just told me that she was a genie. So, unless she was lying, she's been rather sassy.
Ugh.
That
Genius.
sounds...
The second worst thing to make a pact with.
And you know what? It sounds like a perfect thing to deal with another fucking time.
Wait, anyways. And she puts it back into her satchel. Who's gonna make the first watch if they do come around?
I'm going to bed. They're not gonna come around that quickly.
If I know Seabreeze from the last few days, I'm sure she's already keeping watch.
Probably. I just know from a mercenary standpoint, some enemies like to attack in the night when things are least expected. But that's just me.
They
She's
attack
not
it.
going. They're not gonna attack. No, it's too obvious to do that.
That's just what we'll be expecting.
Right, well,
Besides,
Oh.
attacking the beacon of goodwill and hope of the city doesn't really bode well for political standing.
Especially if they know if all of us are here and probably would defend it. My mother is not that dumb.
Right. Atlas, take your noble and get him to bed. Zidane, you and Marani go get some shut-eye too. I'll stay up. Thamor, you can stay with me if you want. Well, I'll stay up for a little bit, make sure whoever shows up will give at least some word that will be ready.
and I assume you let her know? She points over to see Miso came through the window.
I mean, with a 25 stealth roll, do we even realize?
Yes.
It's like,
Yes. Yes. You see it.
Oh.
Has
See?
Seabreeze used a door at all so far? So far, they have entered and exited through windows
And cracks in the wall.
and cracks in the wall and over the wall.
Hi, I'm trans. Have we met?
I would like to roll tell.
You should listen to some of the other campaigns I planned, such as Trans never goes through any doors.
And Andros just holds out an arm as Seabreeze swings through the window. Right on cue.
Hello?
What's the word? See anything?
No. I was watching for those guards. Were they of your house? Points to Absinthoth.
Unfortunately, yes.
I wonder what it'd be like to have guards.
Don't believe they followed us, but I think they know where you are, obviously.
It'd be nice to have someone watching your back. That's under you. Guards of house. Yes, gosh.
It's a little more complicated than that, but yes, it is nice in most circumstances.
How many does House Levia have?
GM, how many guards are there in various capacities?
Well, before all this, shit went to happen, you had an armed militia of almost 100 armed guards. However, you don't know what the current status is with,
right,
what your
naturally.
stands.
So that's at least 20 minion groups, and we activate Blast enough times.
You think they're minions? Jeez.
Well,
They're at
judging-
least rivals.
Why did you join the Adventurers Guild again?
Right. Go bunker down. Get some shut-eye. We'll deal with more in the morning.
I'll look for the best. Let's go, Absinthoth. And she basically gently places her arm on his the backside of his arm and leads him upstairs.
It's gonna follow up and you can definitely feel there's a relaxing of tension in the skin. This night could have gone a lot better.
Yeah. But what is done is done. Like Absinthoth has said, as long as we can move forward, just try to relax and sleep as much as you can before we face your mother.
Let's just get some rest.
That's what I just said.
I'm
But-
sorry, I'm really tired. I'm exhausted.
Andros uses gust and starts blowing them toward the stairs.
We're walking. Stop.
Shoo!
like it.
Go!
Andros is blowing them. Just want to point out that was said.
Good lord.
Whole party. You included.
Quintuple.
Thaymor's the only naked one.
Oh yeah, as soon as we get back inside, wait, is the anti-magic thing still?
No,
He has to
it's safe.
resummon his
No.
armor.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
Yeah, I just haven't resummoned it yet.
Thankfully, Shinari was out. Wait, I don't think Fine Steed counts as something that could be. Anyways. Zidane's gonna sit down and have a drink. Something fruity. Before retiring.
Marani's going to bed.
Kazim's already gone. Gorvin is helping himself to his own wares, so you would kind of have to either ask him or help yourself.
Did
Andros
fruity
plops down.
drinks even exist?
Tequila.
Yeah. I mean,
Is tequila fruity?
Well, I was looking it up on Wikipedia. That said that it can have fruity notes.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I mean, wine
not a-
is a fruity beverage.
Oh, that's
Okay,
right.
that's fair.
It is literally made of fruit.
Fruit juice, yes.
Well, I guess so is
Fine.
vodka, so.
Vodka's
yeah.
made from potatoes. I
Potatoes!
Go
don't
to sleep! Stop talking! Go take a long rest! I hang out with Shara, and then we all take a long rest.
Please.
Nope, we got a role play going up the stairs. Go.
I mean, not far. Let's just roleplay every movement. I move my left leg. I move my right leg. In what angle? Roll the
Gloriously.
My
The
leg
thought-
falls asleep.
The thoughts happening in between each step, taking hours to
Roleplay
describe.
each player's dream sequence that is about to happen.
Set the building on
Roll
fire.
roll athletics to look to your left. Ah, you got a neck kink.
I was told there would be cake.
Roll death saving throws.
Set the building on fire.
Where's my stapler?
Where's
Where's my stapler?
swing line? My swing line.
All right.
Swing like
Apart from any
Ripley.
like minor things, I'm gonna say it's probably a decent place to call it as I prep for
Yeah.
what has to happen next because I had no idea what was gonna happen tonight.
I
Jeez.
There
don't
were
think
a
any of
lot
us
of
had an idea.
Well, I
So-
mean, father is not dead. I'd count that as a win.
No, he is not.
Yes.
Yay.
We almost lost Madeline.
Yep, you almost lost Madeline. You almost lost Father, Levia. There's a lot of things that could have happened, or you could have gone with. I was actually pretty. I had no idea what was gonna happen tonight. To be honest,
Mm.
flying a lot of it by the seat of my pants. So